Welcome to Adult Arts and Crafts at the Kearney Public Library. I'm Christy and I'll walk you through our project today. This is what we'll end up making, just a little winter holiday banner, and all of the pieces will be in the kit when you receive it if you've registered for it. Even if you haven't registered for the kit, you can gather up the supplies and follow along with our video. In your kit, you will find one piece of white felt for your background, any number of pre-cut leaves in 3 different colors. There's a sparkle green, a light green, and then another darker green. You get a short dowel rod, which becomes your hanger, a little container of gems and sequins, a length of baker's twine, various colors. We kind of mixed it up so every kit is not exactly the same. And then some ribbon to add a little bit of extra embellishment. You'll either get a black and white or red and white buffalo check. So kind of fun there. Something we didn't include but you might want to use are these mini jingle bells. You can find them at all kinds of different stores, but they're just kind of fun, and I thought, oh, that'd be something to add. I did not add that to the project, but it's another idea. First thing I did was I took my very fancy dish and I turned it upside down and drew my circle. And this is what I used to outline my wreath so that I had kind of a guide. And once you glue down the leaves, that all disappears, so you won't see any of those marks behind at all. What I did find is I wanted to kind of lay out my leaves all the way around before I started gluing to make sure I liked the spacing or where they were, make sure I had enough leaves, didn't need more felt. It worked out. And you should have enough in your package to do. Then what I found was I would just kind of place those in all the way around. So something like that to get you started. You could certainly rearrange it any way you want to. And if you wanted more glitter on them, you could always go back with a little bit of glitter glue or glitter fabric paint or something like that to add a little more sparkle. But by the time you get done with the gems and sequins, it's got a nice pop on it anyway. What I did with the leaves is I just tacked down one end of them. So I used a glue gun, but you could also use this tacky craft glue. It dries clear. Comes in these little bottles too. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. And whatever you have handy, Elmer's glue would work just fine. Especially since these aren't really meant to be hung outside. I don't think they would hold up very well, or they would blow away because they're not very heavy. So I kind of tacked down one end of these and tucked it in underneath. And you just repeat that all the way around. And the reason I only tacked down one end to get started was sometimes you needed to tuck in the top of a leaf somewhere, or you needed to rearrange it. And if I didn't have it all just glued down, it was much easier to do. So I just kept doing that all the way around until I got it all filled in the way I want to. It's really pretty straightforward, and there's no right or wrong. You have about an even number of all the different colors of leaves, so you can mix and match it any way you would like that to go. Then you get to play with all the sequins, and there are all kinds of colors and sizes. And so if you want it to be very symmetrical, you could pull out all the red sequins and make them berries in there. we didn't count the sequins. Each got a pinch of sequins, a pinch of gems. But with those, I almost found it easier not to use the glue gun because then it's stuck to your finger, and I'm notorious for burning my fingers on my glue gun, so I opted not to do that. And that is why I use this glue, the little craft glue. You can either put it on the sequin itself or just put a dab on your felt and stick it down. If you find it is sticking to your finger too much, I grabbed actually one of these kebab skewers, and it just made it really easy to stick it down, and it didn't stick to the project too. And this can be, you can add as many sequins or gems as you wish. I just kind of sprinkled them around, and then I did a few on the inside too, I don't know, because I thought that's what it needed. So I put those in there too. Any glue that's going to dry clear will work for this. You just probably don't want globs on your project. Okay, so I'm going to put on another bunch here, and like I said, I really like this kind of clear craft glue. So I just put a dab, maybe. I just put a dab down here, drop that little gem on, stick it down, and then I decided I wanted to add some sequins on top of it. Once again, I found the little kebab skewer or toothpick a handy way to stick it closer to the fabric so it would stay down. But you can add as many or as few as you wish. Okay, so I made a little bit more progress just to show you how it worked its way around. And you can, like I said, embellish as you wish. The next part is to make a pocket to put your dowel in. So you're going to flip this over. And probably the easiest way to do it would be to just take this on your sewing machine, roll over about 1/2 inch, and zip it. Just put one long seam in there, and then it would be attached and solid. But you could also take your hot glue gun and just put a bead of glue along that top edge. Like so. And just roll it over so you've got enough to be able to stick that little dowel in. Hold it down until it's secure. And not quite. And then just thread that through. And there it is. So that works pretty easily. And then you just want to take a little bit of your baker's twine, and we pre-cut some pieces in there for you, so it should be all set to go. And maybe you want to substitute some fun ribbon you have, or just a piece of wire. Sometimes that decorative wire is really fun to do. I just tied a knot. Works when you're doing the practice, and then you try to do it. Somehow it's more complicated. Just did a double knot on each side. And you are all set to hang this up wherever it will cheer you up or give you a little bit of holiday spirit. So thank you once again for joining us for Arts and Crafts for Adults at Kearney Public Library. You can find more projects and videos on our Facebook page, on our website, and we will have a new project for you each month. So join us as often as you wish. Thank you.